What's up, guys? Mormon friends here. Today is Saturday. We didn't really do anything today except for go to a movie. We went to go see Meet the Mormons. Obviously it's about Mormons. They hired like a professional documentary crew, and they hired them to go like around the world and just find 6 random families that were LDS, and they, asked if they asked if they would be willing to be, interviewed for a while, or put on camera for a while to see what their lives were like. And they did that with 6 random people in the world. One of them was a bishop living in Atlanta, Georgia. Second person was a coach. He was the football coach for the the Navy, the Naval Academy or whatever. And the third person was a girl. I forgot what her name was though, but she lives in Costa Rica, and she was like a boxer. Like she was like really into boxing. And the fourth person was actually a World War II veteran, and he was like 92 years old. He was in an airplane, and he flew. He was in the Air Force, I guess. He flew the airplanes, and like it was like they were talking about like the Berlin airlift. And I'm telling you, like I felt like I was in history class when I was listening to that. I felt like I was in history class, dude, because they're like showing all these old videos from like the 40s. But like they were talking about the Berlin airlift, and his name was like Gale something. But he would fly the airplanes and like give stuff to the to Berlin, and then he'd like import stuff today. He does like these candy bombs, and like he flies over like this field, and there's all these kids and like with their parents and stuff, and he drops candy from the plane, and it drops when there's parachutes going, and the kids like run out and go grab candy. It was pretty cool. I liked it. The fifth guy I think was a humanitarian or something. Like he lives the life of a person living in India. I don't know. I don't even know if it is in India. I'm not sure. Geographically challenged, but yeah, he like did farming and stuff. And then the sixth person was a missionary mom, and she like was talking about like she went through like a bad relationship stuff in the past. She had a kid when she was 16, and she was basically raising a baby by herself. And basically it was talking about how she grew to be, a better, like she met with the missionaries, and she grew to be a better person, like morally, I guess. I don't know, but like and she raised her son to be a Mormon, and there was a story about like he got his mission call, and he was going to South Africa. And I'm totally giving away the whole movie. Like, I don't want to do that, but I guess I should have warned for spoilers, I guess. And like, it showed like, the time, like the duration of time, like before he leaves, like so 23 days until departure, saying that at the bottom of the screen. And like it was showing like what they were doing and how they were feeling and everything. And then when it got to the day of the departure, he was all packing his stuff, and they were in the airport, and they were saying goodbye, and I'm not gonna lie, I started getting choked up, man. I'm not gonna lie, but it was just great. It was a good movie. I was telling Braden that I saw it today, and he's like, "Oh, cool. How'd you like it?" I was like, "Yeah, it was pretty good." And I was like, my mom was crying towards the end, and then he's like, "I cried, bro," and I'm like, "What?" And I was like, I was starting to get a little choked up. He's like, "Where'd you start getting choked up at, or whatever?" And I was like, the part where the family's at the airport and then they're saying goodbye to the missionary, And he's like, "Yeah, I cried at that part too." At the very beginning, they were like, it was showing a girl in New York City where like no one's Mormon, I'm assuming, and she was like going around to random people and asking what they think of when they hear the word Mormon, and they're like, they can never, they don't do any activities, they don't celebrate anything. This one girl was like, they don't celebrate Christmas, and then she's like, "No, we celebrate Christmas." And then she's like, the girl that was that wasn't Mormon, she was like, "Isn't it like a different type of Christmas?" And then the Mormon girl, the narrator person, she's like, "No, it's the same." And then she's like, "Really? Oh." So, like some people just have a different idea of like what Mormons are like, and they like have like these, not flashbacks, but they made like these references to different like shows and movies, like The Simpsons. Bart opened the door and like it showed these two like green monsters, and he's like, "Oh man, Mormons." It was funny, but it was like I got a tiny bit offended. I was like, "Really?" And then like they made all these references to all these movies, like from like 30 Rock, you know. What else? What other references? There's one that was with Will Smith, I think, but I don't remember what the movies were. But yeah, they like made these references of like people in movies and TV shows making fun of Mormons. It's just so weird to see all these people, all these different people, like having a different rendition, like their different ideas of what Mormons are like. But this movie would be like the perfect example of something that they should see, to you know, because that was the whole idea of the movie, just to have a little background of the day in the life of a Mormon, I guess. Just to see what it's really like. You know, we're not crazy. We're not, you know, we do stuff that you're not used to, but, you know, but like, you just think that we're totally crazy. It's like, dude, it's just our religion. But like, this movie would be like a perfect thing to show. Like, I mean, Trevor, for example, me and Brandon could invite him. We could invite him to have him watch the movie. He'd be pretty interested in it, I think. I mean, I don't know if he'd be interested in it or not, but it'd be perfect because there's all these different people that they're you know, following around, getting a little background on their lives. People, and there's like so many things that people could relate to. Like there's a bishop, there's a football coach, there's a boxer, there's a farmer, I guess, and then there's a World War II vet. There's so many things that people can relate to, like, you know. So it's like they could, like, I don't know, but like Trevor doesn't relate to any of that. He's all into like electronics and video games and stuff. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just focusing on Trevor. But I'm not trying to like force him. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna stop. I feel like I'm starting to get back to the vlogs where I was like a year ago. I just rambled about these tiny little details, like that no one cares about. I just went on and on and on about the tiniest thing. I always do that. I have a bad habit of that. Anyway, but that's why I edit now. So, is someone home? I just heard like squeaking out there. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. So I will go ahead and see you guys whenever I see you. Bye.